Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're embarking on a mission, really, to demystify something absolutely critical for anyone with an online presence. That's website speed and its profound impact on your search engine optimization, or, SEO.
It's huge.
We've gathered a comprehensive stack of sources here, and they promise to give you a real shortcut to getting well informed on this. It's a vital subject.
Absolutely.
Our goal isn't just to tell you what makes a site fast, but to really uncover why it's so crucial for ranking well on Google and, maybe more importantly, for keeping your users happy.
Yeah, keeping them engaged.
So get ready for some surprising facts and definitely some actionable strategies that you can start using today.
What's really fascinating here is how fundamentally important website speed has become. I mean, it's not just about making things feel snappy when you click a link, right?
Right, not just the perception.
Exactly. Google has evolved, and they explicitly use speed now as a direct signal for how they evaluate and rank your site. This isn't just some minor technical detail anymore. It's really about providing a superior experience for you, the user, which Google keeps saying is one of their top priorities.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
Our sources, they unanimously confirmed that website speed is one of the most critical SEO factors out there.
No doubt.
It seems Google has gone way beyond just hinting at it. It feels almost non-negotiable now. So what's driving this obsession? What are the core reasons Google is so laser focused on speed?
That's a great question, because understanding the why really makes the how, the fixes, much clearer. Our sources lay out basically 4 core pillars supporting Google's focus. First, and maybe most directly, it's a ranking signal.
Right.
Google explicitly uses page speed and its core web vitals. We'll definitely dig into those later to rank sites. This isn't some, hidden algorithm secret. They've actually stated it publicly.
So it's out in the open.
Yeah. If your site is sluggish, you're starting at a significant disadvantage, period.
So not just an indirect ripple effect like we thought maybe years ago. It's a hard and fast rule from the search engine itself. That makes perfect sense for anyone trying to compete online.
Exactly.
What's the next major factor driving this?
The second one is all about user experience. And this one's intuitive, right? Think about your own habits online.
Yeah, totally.
If a site loads in, say, 2 seconds or less, it significantly improves user engagement, reduces frustration, and actually boosts conversion.
Conversions too. Interesting.
Yeah. Our patience online is just incredibly thin these days. A fast site just feels more professional, more trustworthy. It removes that friction between a user and what they're looking for.
And I can totally relate. If a page hangs for even a few seconds, my finger's already hovering over the back button.
Mine too.
Which naturally brings us to the third consequence, and maybe the most painful one, the dreaded bounce rate.
Exactly. And this statistic, this really caught my eye. 53% of users leave a page if it takes longer than 3 seconds to load.
Wow, over half.
Yeah. Think about that. More than half your potential audience, your potential customers, could be gone in like the blink of an eye.
That's brutal.
It is. And it's not just a lost opportunity for you. It's also a direct signal back to Google that your page isn't providing a good experience, which guess what? That can further hurt your rankings. It's a vicious cycle.
Wow, 53%. That number is staggering. It truly underscores the urgency here.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole mobile revolution.
Yeah.
That adds another layer of complexity, doesn't it?
Precisely. That's the fourth key point, mobile first indexing.
Right.
Google now primarily evaluates the mobile version of your site for ranking purposes.
Not the desktop anymore.
Primarily mobile first. And think about mobile, you've got varying network conditions, different phone hardware. Speed becomes even more critical on mobile.
Makes sense.
So if your mobile site is sluggish, it can severely impact your overall ranking pretty much regardless of how fast your desktop site might be. It's really foundational to how Google sees your entire online presence now.
Okay, so we get why speed matters deeply. But, before we can make anything faster, we need a starting point. We need to know where we stand, right?
Exactly. Diagnostics first.
So how do we actually measure our site's performance? What are the go-to tools our sources recommend for getting an accurate read?
That's the perfect next step. You need a baseline. Our sources point to several essential tools. First, and, arguably the most critical, is Google PageSpeed Insights.
Okay, Google's own tool.
Yep. It's a must-use because it analyzes both desktop and mobile performance, giving you that holistic view of how Google itself is seeing your site's speed. Plus, it gives you actionable recommendations. It literally tells you what to fix.
I've used that one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredibly helpful for pinpointing specific issues, those red flags. What other tools should people be looking at for maybe a deeper dive?
Okay, next up, there's GTmetrix. This tool is fantastic for its detailed waterfall breakdown.
Waterfall, what's that?
Imagine watching every single element on your page, every image, every script, every font file load one by one, and seeing exactly how long each takes. It's like an X-ray for your page load process. Brilliant for identifying those specific bottlenecks that are slowing things down.
I see. So if you want to get really granular and see the exact sequence of slowdowns, GTmetrix is your go-to.
Got it. Any other options maybe for ongoing monitoring, like keeping an eye on it over time?
Yeah, for overall speed checks and, importantly, consistent uptime monitoring, Pingdom is often recommended. It helps you keep a steady eye on your site's health day to day.
Okay.
And then for those who really want to deep dive into server performance and other advanced metrics, WebPageTest is a really powerful option. It offers insights like time to first byte, or TTFB.
TTFB, right.
Which tells you exactly how long it takes for your browser to receive the very first piece of data from your server. Super important metric.
Okay, fantastic. So we've got the tools now to pinpoint the problem areas. Now, the real question, how do we actually fix them?
The fun part. Exactly. Our sources have distilled this down into an incredibly practical roadmap, like a series of actionable strategies that can dramatically boost your site's speed and, by extension, your SEO. They've given us this robust 15-step checklist. So let's start with the foundational elements, maybe, the things that truly underpin your site's performance.
Yeah, this is where the rubber meets the road. The first few steps are definitely about optimizing the very infrastructure your website lives on.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? Build on a solid base.
Absolutely.
So, number one, choose a fast web host. This is absolutely foundational. Can't stress it enough.
Your hosting provider.
Exactly. It directly impacts your server response time. Our sources recommend reliable hosts known for performance. Names like SiteGround, Kinsta, WP Engine often come up.
Right.
And if your site gets a lot of traffic, you should seriously consider upgrading, maybe to a virtual private server, a VPS, or even a dedicated server. It's like picking the right foundation for your house. If it's weak, everything else you build on top suffers.
Gotcha. Foundation first. What's next?
Number two, use a content delivery network, CDN.
Ah, CDN. Heard of those?
Yeah, they're super effective. A CDN basically distributes copies of your website content images code across a global network of servers. So when a user visits your site, the content gets delivered from the server that's geographically closest to them.
Okay, so less distance to travel.
Precisely. It drastically reduces latency, that delay, and improves load times, especially for users far away from your main server. Think Cloudflare, Bunny CDN, Key CDN. Those are popular options.
That makes perfect sense. So if I'm in Austin and my site's main server is in New York, a CDN would have a copy of my stuff maybe in Dallas or Houston, cutting down that digital travel time.
Exactly right. It's a huge win, especially for global audiences.
Okay, what about that very first signal from the server itself? You mentioned TTFB earlier.
Yeah, great point. That leads directly to number three. Improve server response time. Remember that TTFB, time to first byte?
Less than 200 milliseconds, you said.
That's the goal. Aim for under 200 meters. This measures how long it takes for your browser to receive that first byte of content from your server. It's critical because a slow TTFB means the browser is just sitting there waiting before it can even start rendering your page.
So it's like the server is slow to even pick up the phone.
Good analogy. And achieving a fast TTFB circles right back to having that high performance hosting we just talked about, and also having optimized databases.
Databases. Okay, tell me more.
Right. Number four, optimize database performance. Over time, your website's database, especially on platforms like WordPress, can get cluttered. Think old post revisions, trashed posts, spam comments, leftover data from uninstalled plugins.
Digital cruft.
Exactly. All that digital cruft can significantly slow down your site's back-end operations, making everything feel sluggish, especially things that require database lookups. Tools like WP Optimize or Advanced Database Cleaner can help you do regular spring cleaning. Keep it lean.
Okay, so it sounds like these first few steps are all about making sure that underlying infrastructure is rock solid and responsive.
Absolutely.
If that's not dialed in, all the other optimizations you try are kind of fighting an uphill battle, right?
Got it. Get the foundation right first.
Okay, now let's talk about the content itself, specifically what we actually put on our pages. Images seem like a big one.
Oh, huge. Once the foundation is solid, we definitely move to how the page itself is constructed and delivered to the user's browser. And yeah. Number five, optimize images.
How big a deal is this, really?
Our sources emphatically state that large, unoptimized images are often the number one culprit for slow websites.
Number one. Wow.
Seriously. Did you know that on average, images account for over half of a web page's total weight or size?
Over half. That's staggering.
It really is. And it just highlights how critical optimization is here. You absolutely need to compress them.
Yeah.
Use tools like TinyPNG, ShortPixel, or Imagify, and also consider using next-gen formats like WebP.
WebP.
Yeah, it's a newer image format that offers much better compression than traditional JPEGs or PNGs, meaning smaller file sizes with good quality. Most modern browsers support it now.
Okay, good tip.
And don't forget, always add descriptive alt text to your images. That helps both SEO, telling Google what the image is about, and accessibility for users with screen readers. Win-win.
Right, accessibility too.
Okay.
Images sorted. What about the code itself? CSS, JavaScript, HTML.
Good question. That's number 6. Minify CSS, JavaScript, and HTML.
Minify. Sounds small.
It is. It simply means removing all the unnecessary stuff from your code files, extra spaces, line breaks, comments, characters that humans need to read it, but browsers don't.
Oh, okay.
It makes your code files leaner, smaller, and therefore faster to download and parse. For most website owners, especially on WordPress, plugins like Optimize or WP Rocket can handle this automatically.
That's handy.
Yeah. For developers who want more fine-grained control, you can use build tools, powerful task runners like Gulp or Grunt.
Okay, so it's like cleaning out all the non-essential stuff from your digital closet, making everything lighter and quicker to find.
Perfect analogy.
What about helping users on repeat visits? Is there anything we can do there?
Absolutely. That's where number 7, enable browser caching comes in.
Browser caching. Okay.
This is a really effective one. It basically tells a user's browser to store static files from your website, things like your logo, images, CSS style sheets, JavaScript files locally on their computer after their first visit.
Ah, so it saves a copy.
Exactly. So when they come back to your site or even just navigate to another page, their browser doesn't need to download all those assets again. It just pulls them from the local cache. This leads to much faster reloads for returning visitors.
Nice. How do you set that up?
You can usually implement this using some rules in a file called .htaccess on your server, or again, many caching plugins like W3 Total Cache or WP Rocket handle it for you.
Got it. Okay, what else affects file transfer?
Well, speaking of making files smaller for transfer, there's number 8. Implement gzip compression.
GZIP.
Sounds technical. It is a bit, but it's incredibly powerful and often overlooked. gzip compression essentially shrinks your website files, your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, before they're sent from your server to the user's browser.
Like zipping a file before you email it.
Exactly like that. It makes the files much smaller, sometimes by like 70% or more, so they transfer way quicker over the network.
Wow. 70%. Why isn't this just on by default everywhere then?
That's a fantastic question, and it is a surprising oversight on many sites. Our sources suggest that while most modern web servers support it, it often requires manual configuration or activation in your hosting control panel, maybe via cPanel or through a plugin.
So you have to actually check and turn it on.
Yeah, many site owners simply aren't aware of its profound impact or just assume it's already working. You can easily check if it's enabled using tools like GTmetrix. If it's not, turning it on is often a quick win with a big payoff.
Good to know. Check GZIP. Okay, what about things loading that people don't even see right away?
Ah, yes. That brings us to number 9. Use lazy loading.
Lazy loading. I like the sound of that.
Me too. It's efficient laziness. This technique means that images and sometimes videos on your page only load when they actually enter the user's viewport, basically, as they scroll down the page and get close to seeing them.
Instead of loading everything up front.
Right. This prevents the browser from wasting time and bandwidth loading content that isn't immediately visible, which can significantly improve the initial page load time. Makes the page feel faster initially.
Makes sense. Is that hard to implement?
It used to be, but it's actually built into a WordPress core now, starting from version 5.5 for images. And there are also excellent plugins like A3 Lazy Load or, again, WP Rocket that offer more control and can lazy load videos and iframes too.
Okay, built in is good. What about scripts? JavaScript can sometimes slow things down, right?
Oh, absolutely. JavaScript is powerful, but can definitely be a bottleneck. Which leads to number 10. Use asynchronous loading for JavaScript.
Asynchronous, meaning not at the same time, or...
Kind of the opposite, actually. By default, browsers often load and execute JavaScript files one after another, synchronously, and sometimes this can block the rendering of the rest of the page content while the script is running.
So the page freezes waiting for the script.
Exactly. Asynchronous loading, async, or deferred loading, defer, allows scripts to load in the background without blocking the main page rendering. Async lets the script run whenever it finishes downloading, while defer waits until the HTML parsing is complete.
Okay, how do you do that?
You simply add the async or defer attribute to your script tags in your HTML. It tells the browser, hey, you can go ahead and show the rest of the page while these scripts are loading or executing. Don't wait for them. This is a game changer for perceived speed, how fast the page feels to the user.
Perceived speed, right. That's important. What about CSS? Anything similar there?
Sort of. There's a more advanced technique, number 11. Prioritize critical CSS.
Critical CSS.
Yeah. This involves identifying the CSS styles that are absolutely necessary to render the above-the-fold content. That's the part of the page a user sees immediately without scrolling.
Okay, the top part.
Right. You then inline this critical CSS directly in the HTML head and load the rest of the CSS styles later, perhaps asynchronously. This makes the visible part of your page render much faster, giving the impression of almost instant loading, even if the full CSS file is still downloading in the background.
Wow, that sounds complex but effective. Are there tools for that?
There are. There are online tools like Critical Path CSS generators that can help identify that crucial CSS. And some performance plugins like WP Rocket have built-in functionality to automate this process, which is super helpful.
Okay, these last few really dive deep into how the browser actually renders the page, prioritizing what's most important to the user immediately. So far, we've covered infrastructure, optimizing content like images and code, and now these rendering techniques. What else is on this roadmap for optimization? We're up to number 12 now.
Right. The final category is really about ongoing maintenance, cleanup, and specifically meeting Google's explicit user experience metrics.
Okay, maintenance. Makes sense.
So, number 12, reduce redirects. Every single redirect you have, like from an old URL to a new one, adds extra loading time.
Why is that?
Because the browser has to make an additional round-trip request to the server. It gets told, go here, then it has to ask again for the new location. It's like a digital detour adding to your travel time. You should definitely fix any broken links pointing to old pages and minimize any unnecessary 301 redirects to streamline the user's path directly to the content.
Fewer detours, faster journey. Got it. What about errors?
Good point. Number 13, monitor and fix 404 errors. Those are page not found errors.
Right.
Having too many 404s isn't just bad for users who land on them, it can also slow down Google's crawling of your site. Googlebot wastes time requesting pages that don't exist.
And that signals maybe the site isn't well maintained.
Exactly. It can waste crawl budget and potentially signal quality issues. Google Search Console is your absolute best friend here for identifying and monitoring these 404 errors. Keep that list clean.
Okay, Search Console for 404s. Now, you mentioned Google's metrics earlier. Core Web Vitals.
Yes. Number 14, optimize for core web vitals. These are super important because Google explicitly uses them as part of its page experience ranking signals. They measure real-world user experience.
Okay, what are they specifically?
There are three main ones right now. First, largest contentful paint, LCP. This measures perceived load speed, basically, how long it takes for the largest image or text block visible within the viewport to actually render. You want this to be less than 2.5 seconds.
Okay, LCP under 2.5s.
Second, first input delay, FID. This measures interactivity, how long it takes from when a user first interacts with your page, like clicking a button or link, to when the browser is actually able to respond to that interaction. The target here is less than 100 milliseconds. Super quick.
FID under 100 meters. Got it.
And third, cumulative layout shift, CLS. This measures visual stability. You know when you try to click something and suddenly an ad loads and pushes everything down and you click the wrong thing?
Yes. So annoying.
That's CLS. It measures how much unexpected layout shift happens as the page loads. The goal here is a score of less than 0.1, very little shifting.
CLS under 0.1. Okay, those specific numbers really give you something tangible to aim for. It's not just be faster, it's be faster than this. And it tells us exactly what Google cares about from the user's perspective.
Precisely. These metrics directly quantify aspects of the user experience Google wants to reward.
Okay, we're at the end of the list. What's number 15?
Right, the final crucial step, number 15. Regularly audit and monitor speed. Website speed isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing.
So it's ongoing.
Absolutely. It requires ongoing vigilance, technology changes, you add new content or plugins, server loads fluctuate. Things can slow down over time without you realizing it. Our sources strongly recommend scheduling regular checks, maybe monthly, using tools like GTmetrix or Pingdom or PageSpeed Insights to ensure your site stays fast. It's really an ongoing commitment to providing that better user experience.
That makes total sense. A 15-step roadmap that's incredibly comprehensive. So for those listeners who've maybe tackled these basics or are already pretty optimized and are ready for the next level, did our sources offer any advanced tips to squeeze even more performance out?
They did offer a few for those looking to push things further. For blogs and news sites especially, you might look into implementing AMP, or accelerated mobile pages.
AMP.
This framework creates super fast, often stripped down mobile versions of your content. They're specifically designed for quick loading on phones and are often cached and served directly by Google, making them incredibly fast.
Okay, so specifically for mobile content speed.
Yeah, primarily. You might also investigate HTTP3. This is a newer, more efficient internet protocol designed for faster web communication. But its availability depends entirely on whether your hosting provider supports it yet. It's still rolling out.
Okay, so cutting edge tech there, potentially. Any other advanced tricks up our sleeve from the sources?
A couple more. You can explore techniques like prefetching and preloading. These are hints you can give the browser to proactively download resources that a user is likely to need next, maybe for the next page they're likely to visit. This can make navigation feel almost instantaneous.
Anticipating the user's next move. Clever.
Exactly. And finally, a really important one. Monitor your third-party scripts rigorously.
Third-party scripts. Like what?
Think analytics tools, advertising networks, social media widgets, chatbots, heat map trackers, anything pulling code from an external domain. These can be major slowdowns because you often have little control over how optimized their code is or how fast their servers are.
So they can drag your site down.
Definitely. You should regularly audit these external scripts. Ask yourself, is this absolutely essential to my site's core function or goals? If not, consider removing it. Every external request adds overhead.
That's a really crucial point about third-party scripts. You know, this raises an interesting kind of meta question about our source material itself. This particular article we've been drawing from, it's actually framed within its own site structure as a supporting pillar in a larger SEO information hub.
Ah, yes. That's a great observation.
So what does this tell us about how we should think about structuring not just for site speed, but maybe our overall content strategy for maximum SEO impact?
This is a fantastic point because it connects speed and technical SEO directly to your broader content strategy and site architecture. It's all linked. The concept you're seeing there is known as a pillar cluster strategy.
Pillar cluster.
All right. Our sources describe this detailed article on website speed as a supporting pillar. It dives deep into one specific topic, and it strategically links back to a broader, more foundational parent pillar page.
What would the parent pillar be in this case?
It might be something like a comprehensive high-level guide, maybe titled, What is SEO? A beginner's guide, or the ultimate guide to SEO. That parent pillar covers the main topic broadly.
Okay, so the main What is SEO article is the big hub, the central pillar. And this speed guide is one of the crucial spokes, a supporting pillar radiating out from it.
Precisely. And this supporting pillar on speed wouldn't just link back to the parent, it would also likely link sideways to related supporting pillars, other in-depth articles covering related subtopics. Things like maybe a technical SEO audit guide or an on-page SEO checklist or why your website isn't ranking on Google.
Connecting all the related deep dives.
Exactly. The whole purpose is to create this robust pillar cluster structure. It uses internal linking very strategically to tie related content together. This does two key things. It helps users navigate complex topics easily, and it clearly signals your expertise and the relationships between your content pieces to search engines.
So the structure itself becomes an SEO signal.
Absolutely. It shows Google you're an authoritative source covering a topic comprehensively and logically. This internal linking strength within the cluster helps all the pages in that cluster rank better. The structure actually helps Google understand your content better and, faster.
That's fascinating how structure and speed optimization kind of reinforce each other. So bringing this all together then, what does this really mean for you, the listener? It seems like improving website speed isn't just about ticking off technical boxes on some checklist.
Not at all.
It's fundamentally about creating a much better user experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about drastically reducing those painful bounce rates we talked about.
That 33%.
And significantly increasing your chances of ranking higher on Google, getting more visibility. The 15-step guide we just walked through really offers you a practical, actionable roadmap to achieving those goals. It helps turn potentially frustrated visitors into engaged users, and ultimately, it can really boost your entire online presence.
Yeah, well said. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, we've covered all these tangible benefits of speed better rankings, lower bounce rates, maybe more conversions. But it raises, I think, an important final question for people to consider. What is the real long-term cost of a slow website?
Beyond just lost traffic.
Yeah, beyond the immediate lost revenue or traffic, think about the subtle, maybe harder to measure things, like the gradual erosion of user trust. Yeah. Or the damage to your overall brand perception over time when your site just consistently feels clunky or frustrating. What's the cumulative impact of that? It's definitely something to mull over as you work on optimizing your own site.
Austin CodeMonkey delivers expert web design and SEO services for businesses that want more calls, more leads, and more jobs. Our SEO strategies ensure your online presence keeps growing and bringing in results. For more information, call 737-932-7532 or visit our website at austincodemonkey.com.